Hey, guys, I could use a hand. Thank you. Bess, that's very funny. Just for that, you will not be getting an autographed copy of my new graphic novel.
You wrote a graphic novel?
Not technically, but it is based on one of the greatest characters I ever created. You see, Wolverine, Batman, Betty, Veronica, sure, they were fine for their day, but there is a new sheriff on the spinner rack, and his name is Derek Storm. Advanced art for A Deadly Storm, the new graphic novel.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's epic cool is what it is. Where's Beckett? I want to show her this.
Making your weekly pilgrimage up to the prison to interview Lockwood.
Oh. Right. How'd you sleep?
I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. Listen, I was wondering...
So we ran financials on everyone associated with the prison. The guards, civilian employees, medical staff.
Found a guy named Riker. He's underwater in his mortgage. He maxed out his credit cards, and he was about to lose his condo.
Riker? I know Riker.
You only thought you knew Riker. The day before Lockwood was transferred to general population, Riker received a $50,000 wire transfer. And guess who didn't show up for work today?
Grande skim latte, 2 pumps, sugar-free vanilla.
Castle, I think you've read my mind.
Surgery?
Yeah. Sometimes the scar pulls a bit.
And you still don't remember anything about that day?
No, it's blank.
I think her not getting into Stanford has upset the balance of power in her relationship with Ashley.
Oh, Castle, I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, Alexis is a girl and Ashley's a teenage boy. I'd say she still holds most of the power.
The Ghost Wranglers are here? Okay, that's why I love these guys. Body's not even cold, they're already tracking down the ghost.
Why doesn't it surprise me that you actually watched that ridiculous show?
Ridiculously awesome. Jack Sinclair is hands down America's most accomplished ghost hunter.
Castle, Jack Sinclair is the name of our victim.
And the hunter becomes the hunted.
Whoa, did you get any sleep?
Not a wink, but it was worth it. After researching the history of the McLaren mansion, I think I know what happened to our victim, ghost hunter Jack Sinclair. That copy's for you, by the way.
Oh.
But the other one, that's. I'll make you one. Since the McLaren mansion was built in 1898, bodies have been piling up faster than a Tarantino movie. 8 killings in all, starting with the original owner, Robert Pettigrew, strangled 1903, all the way to Melanie Benton, hacked to pieces in 1991. The current owner, Steve Fuller, tried to have the house torn down, but it was declared a landmark by the Society for Historic...
I'm sorry, Castle. I appreciate your work. I do, but what does this have to do with our case?
Just getting to that. It seems that in almost all of these killings, the killer claimed that there was ready for this? That a demon was responsible.
A demon? Really?
I'm not making this up. It's in the books.
Fine. A demon killed Jack Sinclair. So what's our next step? Are we gonna stake out the house, wait for the demon to show up, zap him with our proton pack?
That's not a real thing, you know. That real ghost hunters use.
Real ghost hunters? Isn't that a contradiction in terms, bro?
Okay, does anyone have anything pertinent to our case?
I do.
Okay.
I tracked down that cab our Vic took last night. The driver's trip log says that he picked up Jack on the corner of 38th and 9th.
Have uniforms canvass the area with Jack's photo. Let's see what he was up to.
Oh, and phone records, too. Maybe that'll shed some light on things.
I think I can shed some light on why Jack didn't want to do the show here. Talked to an old high school pal that Jack had breakfast with a couple days ago. Turns out that our Vic actually used to live right near the McLaren house. Said that he used to walk a couple blocks out of his way just to avoid walking past it. Said it gave him a creeped out feeling.
You see, I am telling you, there was something going on with this house. The last people that lived there moved out 4 years ago in a hurry.
Why?
I don't know, but I think it's time we found out.
Knock yourself out, Castle.
You're not coming?
No, I've got a murder to solve.
I'll go.
Ooh, that's a look.
Yeah.
I get these a lot. Just start walking. Master.
Yo, I just saw Ryan downstairs. I can't believe you let him go chasing ghosts with Castle.
Yeah, maybe Shaggy will keep Scooby out of trouble. Besides, you never know. Maybe they'll come up with something useful.
Oh, you want useful? Because I just spoke to CSU. They found fingerprints at the scene from a real-life person, so...
decaf. Look.
Castle, I'm fine.
Right.
No, really, I'm fine. What's in the folder?
Hey.
Hey. What are you doing?
Just waiting for my partner. Maybe you've seen her. Pretty girl. Thinks she can leap tall buildings in a single bound, carries the weight of the world on her shoulders, yet still manages to laugh at some of my jokes.
She sounds like a handful.
Tell me about it. Anyway, if you do see her, tell her she owes me about 100 coffees.
Castle? Thank you
For what?
for not pushing and giving me the space to get through this.
Always.
Okay. Hold on, wait. What did you say? No, I'm not eating. Thanks. Hey, you're just in time. Thank you. What's wrong?
Nothing. So what do we got?
Castle, you're avoiding the question. Who's Sophia Turner? How do you know her?
That's a long story.
Well, I'll take the short version.
Let me give it to you. What has it been? 12 years?
11 and a half.
Rick and I met when he was just beginning to do research on his first Derek Storm novel. He wanted an up-close and personal look at the life of a female CIA agent. So I gave him one.
You're Clara Strike? The Clara Strike from the Derek Storm books?
I wouldn't say that I am Clara Strike, but I'd like to think that I inspired Rick in some small way.
Well, that is just fascinating.
You look good.
You too.
Okay, so I hate to interrupt this reunion, but we're being illegally detained. At least I am.
I guess the good thing about having your daughter at crime scenes is she can bring you dry clothes.
Thanks. And, thanks.
You'd have done the same for me.
Yeah, probably. I'm just glad you found my gun.
That whole sinking car thing, much cooler in movies than it is in real life.
And for the record, I prefer watching spy thrillers to being in them.
So, tell me, how can your victim look like Nelson Blakely when he supposedly died 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Weird. Fake deaths, car in the water. Don't you think now's a good time to tell us what the hell's going on?
I'm sorry, Javi. It's classified.
I was Special Forces. I used to eat classified for breakfast, and yet Ryder Boy can know? Okay, I'll be over there with Harbor Patrol trying to figure out how to get your unit out of the drink. I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Where are the boys?
They're canvassing chess parks, looking for anyone that knew Blakely.
And why aren't you with them?
Because my car is the bottom of the Hudson, and Gates won't issue me another one until I write up an incident report, which I can't do because this case is classified. What?
Nothing. It's just that's a perfect example of a linchpin. This case might go unsolved, all because you don't have access to a car.
Don't make me shoot you.
Well, if you shoot me, who's going to help you follow this lead? Blakely's bank account information. It's what he was going for on the pier. If we can track his money.
Where did you get that?
Sophia, she came to my place last night. Not like that.
No, of course. So then what happened to reckless, immature, self-centered jackass?
She's posturing for her colleagues. Beckett, it's a lead. She wants us on the case.
He was always thoughtful.
You like him?
I did. Once.
So what happened, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, You ever meet someone and have that intense attraction right away? You know, that tension. Well, we fought it for months, and then we just couldn't stand it anymore. But afterward, it was like that tension was all we had, really, and without it, all we were left with was that, well, those things that drove us crazy about each other. I mean, you know how he can be.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Sometimes I wish we had never slept together. I kept that longing.
Even your coffee mugs say CIA. That is so cool.
Well, we saved the world. Maybe I'll let you keep one.
Incentive. You think she was telling the truth about my father? I mean, that would explain why he completely disappeared.
I think that Sophia told a lot of lies. Must be tough. Finding out that she's a traitor, especially after you based Claire's strike on her and all.
Well, Clara started off as Sophia, but she ended up being more like you know, smart, fierce, kind. I think that's one of the reasons I was drawn to you as a muse. You think Dr. Blakely was right about the linchpin? Do you think we actually saved the world?
I think that we saved a little girl's life, and that's enough for me.